September 12th. It is about 10:54 a.m. in the morning. And this morning I'd like to talk about how I connect with my guides and how they've helped me up to this point. And I hope by doing this video, by the way, that I can again inspire you to reach out to your guides, and perhaps I can even help you to connect with them. I always do my best on this channel to assist you in any way that I can, and always know that you can ask me anything in the comments if you have questions, thoughts, or whatever. So, first, before I begin, I just wanted to mention that I recently uploaded a Beyond Body video that I had on Saturday. I had an experience. I'm leaving a link in the description below. Now, those of you who have listened to my channel for a while know that I don't normally leave links to previous videos, but this was quite fascinating, and I tend to upload my experiences at weird times. So I don't know, for those of you who listen to this Sunday episode, I don't know if you pay attention to these types of things when they come out with my experiences. But this experience, if you are fascinated with alien contact, this is something you definitely might want to check out, because for me, this was the most interesting experience in that realm of alien contact that I've ever had with a being that was so different that it was very hard for me in the video to explain what this being was. So anyway, if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description. So let's get to my guides. My relationship with my guides has been a gradual progression. When I first began leaving my body as a child, I didn't give them much thought. I knew the concept of guardian angels, but my focus was simply to have fun in my room, flying around, going through walls, flying over the ocean. But, there's always a sense, and I don't know, I didn't have a sense back then that they were there necessarily, but at the same time, I think at some part of me probably knew that there was someone watching over me in the background. And I'll give you an example here. In my first experience, when I left my body, kind of spontaneously, but kind of with the thought in my mind after my friend had talked to me about astral projection, I believe that they prevented me from passing through the ceiling that first time. For those of you who have listened to my first experience, and I went over my first experience a couple of episodes ago again, it was I panicked. Oh, it was so scary. But I believe that they were there. And speaking of panic, when I started panicking, I think in their own quiet way, they helped me to calm down. Because I remember I was like flailing my arms and I was screaming, and then I was suddenly calm. And I think that they were there again in the background, kind of working their magic. Years later, in my late 30s, after reading about guides in more detail, I left my body and simply asked them through thought to take me to someplace cool. Now, I've talked about what happened when I said this in previous videos, but briefly, in the blink of an eye, I was orbiting a planet that looked very similar to Earth and saw countless giant spheres all around me, also orbiting. And these spheres, which I thought were satellites at first for some strange reason, turned out to be actual homes where people lived. And I remember I gasped when I realized this, and I just said, oh my God. That was just my whole entire reaction to this was, oh my God. That was my first contact with my guides, and it was done simply through thought. So I would advise you that if you want to get in touch with your guides, you should begin by simply lying down in a quiet space and putting the thought out there. Just think it, reach out to them in your mind. And as I've said before, you probably won't hear a response at first, but there's a couple of things you're going to want to do. Number one, you're going to want to pay attention to your dreams. Again, dreams are sometimes, many times dismissed. I've seen people on the subreddit say, oh, it was just a dream. You know, guys, I will again say this, and I've said this before, your dreams are important. Pay attention to them, okay? It's your subconscious mind. This plays a role in astral projection, I believe. All of these elements play a role in astral projection. So if you want to begin to establish some kind of contact and perhaps you haven't had any luck, you might want to look into your dreams. People have talked about journaling in their dreams, journaling, creating a journal about their dreams. That could be helpful. And another way is to try and reach out when you're really tired, actually. And this is a good time to attempt astral projection as well. But if you aren't ready to astral project and you're just feeling exhausted, especially, I'm going to emphasize, especially mentally exhausted, I believe at that point, the barriers between us and our guides are much thinner. Sometimes I don't think the barriers are even there at that point. And perhaps we make contact with our guides in those times, right before sleep, and we don't even realize it. We don't even remember it. Remember, the gift that you get when you are able to astral project and do these things is the gift of remembering, okay? Because many times I think we're being reached out to in our sleep or right before our sleep, and we're just not recalling these things, right? Or we think, well, it's just a dream. So, and I believe you definitely might, when you're really tired, might have a better chance of hearing a response. But it's important that you just don't kind of disregard this and say, oh, this is just something because I was tired. Listen to the words that you might hear in that tired state. You are not, you're not crazy if you hear something like this. I know, again, because of our society, there's this stigma. If you hear a voice or something like that, you're going crazy. That is not necessarily true, okay? Just listen, all right? So, what have my guides done for me? Well, first, they've taken me to places far beyond my comprehension and helped me to gain a deeper understanding of concepts like unconditional love. They've given me a glimpse of the connection I have with all things, and yet they never ask for anything in return. I know they don't like being in the spotlight, but I love taking time on my channel every once in a while to simply thank them for what they do. They are amazing, and I trust them 100% completely. So, anyway, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for coming on another journey with me. And until next time, take care.